welcome to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol and I'm so glad you've joined us today. We're coming to you from our YouTube channel, Bottoms Down Chair Yoga. And if you haven't already, if you would subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. It helps us out. It's free and it lets you know when new videos are uploaded to our channel. We're going to continue lengthening and strengthening some of those back muscles today. We will be using our block. If you have a block handy, that's great. Or you can substitute a big book for that block. If you don't have either, it's fine. I will show you how we can use our body to support us instead of the block. So it's all good. All right, let's get started. So we're going to sit up nice and tall in our chair. Go ahead and move forward so we're not leaning back. We're going to place our hands lightly on our thighs. Palms are going to face up. Pull your belly button to your spine and lift your heart up nice and tall. Think about having a string on the top of your head as you extend that spine long. And let's go ahead and ground our feet and our sits bones. So those feet are grounded to the floor. Think about having all four pressure points behind the big toe, behind the little toe, and those 2 points of the heel. Think about having all four of those points on both feet firmly grounded to the earth. Next, think about those sits bones, having both of those sits bones nice and equally weighted on the chair as you're grounding those into the earth. Let's close our eyes and just focus your attention on your heart center, letting go of everything outside of the room. Begin to elongate the breath, inhaling a little more deeply and exhaling a little more completely. Move into your diaphragmatic breath, that belly breath. As you inhale, the belly extends. And as you exhale, you pull the belly button to the spine as you push the air up and out of the lungs. Go ahead and do that a few times at your own pace. And breathe normally. Continuing with that diaphragmatic breath, we're going to inhale to 4 counts and exhale to 5 counts, something like this. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intention for today's practice, focusing in on what you want to accomplish. One more breath. Bring your hands back down to your thighs. Open your eyes. Drop that right ear towards the right shoulder. Drop your chin towards your chest. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And drop your chin towards your chest. Go ahead and look to the front of the room. Look over that right shoulder. Look center. Look over the left shoulder. Look center. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And again. And reverse it. And again. Very nice. All right, we're going to come into a mountain pose. We're going to lengthen those hands up, Tadasana pose. Put your palms together, interlace your fingers, point your fingers to the ceiling, stretch. Feel the stretch. Belly is tight, shoulders are down, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Release that and bring those arms down. Roll one shoulder at a time. And reverse. We're going to do that again. Back up to mountain pose, interlace palms together, interlace fingers, point your finger to the ceiling, stretch. Lengthen through, belly button is tight, lengthen, 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 and release. And last roll. Feels good. And reverse it. I'm doing one shoulder at a time. It doesn't matter. If you like it better, 2 shoulders at a time, that is great. It's all good, right? We're just releasing that tension in those shoulders. That's all it's about. That's all we're doing. Okay, we're going to go back to mountain pose, and now we're going to lean our mountain. Okay, so back up to mountain pose, interlace fingers. Now we're going to lean to the right, keeping that opposite hip down, just gentle. We're warming up, just a gentle, gentle, gentle lean. Let's come up, and we're going to lean the other way. Just that nice, gentle stretch in the side waist. Up we go. Let's bring those hands down. All right. Now we're going to take our right hand to the ceiling. Up it goes. Left hand is on the chair. So we're going to deepen that stretch just a little bit. So we're going to lean a little more deeply. But remember, your opposite hand is on the chair, so you've got that support. So that's going to allow you to deepen that stretch just a little more. And let's come up, and we're going to do the other side. So remember, first thing is lengthening up. We always want to extend that spine long before we lean into it. Yeah, breathing, 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 and up we come. Beautiful. All right. I like rolling my shoulders, so I tend to do that. So if you want to join me, do it. If you don't, you're like, it's all good. Okay, we're going to move into a cat and a cow. So my hands are going to be placed lightly on my thighs. Palms are facing down. Pull your belly button to your spine, round your shoulders, tuck your chin, and let that head fall as you feel that stretch in the back, shoulders, and neck. All right, let's lift up into cow. We're going to just take our thumbs towards the back wall as we lift our heart up. And opening up that heart, that chest, you should feel the upper body stretching, shoulders. Let's do cat again. Here we go. Round it down. Belly button to spine. Into cat. And let's lift up into cow. Thumbs face towards the back wall. And release it. And maybe let's roll those shoulders one more time. Right. Doesn't that feel good? Excellent, 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 excellent. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on from there, and we're going to do some body circles. So I've got my feet wide, and I've got my hands on my thighs for support. And I'm going to kind of lean to the right, and then I'm going to come forward. I'm going to lean to the left, and I'm going to go back. My belly is tight here. It's tight the whole way. But let's go ahead and continue to make those circles. But when you're leaning back, you really are going to feel that core engage, right? You feel it? Let's do that again. And I encourage you to be a little forward in your chair so that you have that opportunity to go back. Okay, let's reverse it. Because if I'm too far back in my chair, here I'm touching the back of the chair and I'm not really getting that back stretch is what I'm after. So it's not just necessarily stretching, but we're just warming it up. We're using those muscles. We're warming them up. We're making that big old circle, and let's come up to seated. Okay, next we're going to work into some hip tilt, pelvic tilts. So it'll feel a little bit like cat and cow, but it is different. So you're going to put your hands in the back of your chair. In fact, I'm going to turn so that you can see me a little bit better, because we're going to be moving into something else here, cow pose. It's a little deeper, and I want you to be able to see me. So for this pelvic tilts, though, you're going to put your hands on the back of the seat of the chair. Do you see that? Okay. Now, what I'm doing is my pelvis is just tilting. So I'm going to tilt it up, and then I'm going to tilt my pelvis back. So it's a little dip. It's similar to cat and cow. It really is. But it's a little more just specifically right at that pelvis. So instead of rounding my shoulders and everything, all that's happening is that pelvis is tilting. Do you see that? All right. Very, very good. Okay, see how that feels? Okay, now we're going to move into a different version of cow pose. So let's start in cat. Let's go ahead and round our shoulders and tuck our chin into our cat pose. Now, as we come into cow, we're going to grab the back of the chair and we're going to lift the heart up, okay? We've done this one before, so you're like, okay, I don't get it, Carol. We've done this one. You'll see. All right, we're lifting that heart up. You feel it? Now, I don't want you to move from here. I want you to take your hand down just a little bit down the chair and lift that heart up. Do you see what's happening? We're increasing our back bend just a little bit, but we've got support. We're holding that chair. Move it down just a little bit more and lift it up. You feel that? Pretty good back bend there. One more breath. Listen, listen, listen. Release the back bend. Don't let go of the chair yet. Now let go of that chair and come into a cat. Oh, yeah. And go ahead and cow just with your thumbs to the back wall. And back to cat. All right. Very, very good. Okay, I'm going to turn back to face you again. So we're going to be seated. We're going to grab our block now. Now, if you don't have a block, don't worry. I'll show you how you can just use your body to support you. So all the block is for is as we are moving into our deeper forward fold, which is really working and stretching the back. And we're going to be not only lengthening those muscles in the back, but we'll be doing a little bit of work to strengthen them as well. So what's happening is you're using your block, your upper body is helping a little bit, right? So take some of that pressure off the back. But you can use your body as well, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come into a forward fold with our palms facing up. My arms are resting on my thighs, and I'm extending my spine long. So just like we do in our forward salute or in our halfway lift, we're really thinking about shooting our head forward as our seat is back behind us. We're stretching, lengthening the muscles in that spine. Okay, do you feel it? Stretch, stretch, stretch. This is version 1. We're going to tuck our chin and we're going to roll it up, okay? Now, we're going to move to version 2. So here we go, back to version 1. Now, I'm going to place one hand on my block. I'm going to place my other hand on my block, and I'm going to let my heart fall just a little bit further. You feel that? Breathing into it, lengthening through that spine, feeling the stretch. Tuck the chin, roll up nice and slowly. All right, how does it feel? Checking in. Now, if you're using your body weight, let's go ahead and move that block down to the edge. If you're using your body, you're just simply working your way down your legs, okay? So you might start at the knee, and then you work to the shin, and then we're going to go to the ankle and all the way down. So you're using your body instead of the block. Let's come back to our version 1 here. Lengthen through that spine, let that heart fall, feel that stretch. Let's go ahead and place one hand on the block and the other hand on the block. Or your hands are at your shins and you're holding on, giving your body a little extra support there. Let that heart fall forward. Shoot your head forward. Breathe. One more breath. Tuck your chin. Roll it up. Okay. Are we ready? Let's take that block flat. Here we go. Come into it. Extend your spine long. Let that heart fall. Take one hand to the block. Other hand to the block. Maybe your hands are on your ankles. Let that head fall. Let your heart fall, Let your heart fall. Let's don't do the head yet, okay? We're stretching, stretching, stretching. Tuck the chin, roll it up. All right, move the block. Now this time, if you want, we're going to bring our hands to the floor. Then I want you to get the heart down first. If you want to, you can then tuck the chin and let the head fall into a full forward fold, okay? Or not. Here we go. All right, adding on. Take that hand to the floor, other hand to the floor. Now extend your spine long first. Really stretch, stretch, stretch. That heart is fallen. One more breath. Now tuck your chin, let the head fall into a full forward fold. Roll up nice and slow. And come up to seated. Okay, so the second version of this, what we're going to do now is, instead of rolling up slowly, we're going to reverse swan dive up, and that's really going to strengthen those muscles in the back. If that doesn't feel good to you, you're going to keep rolling up. It takes pressure off of the low back when you roll up. So if you do that reverse swan dive and you're like, yeah, I don't think that feels very good, then just keep with that rolling up, okay? Does that make sense? Here we go. Heart falls. Inhale here. Exhale, we're going to put that hand on the block and we're going to let our heart fall. We're going to take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, we're going to reverse swan dive. Belly button to spine, push through your heels, reverse swan dive all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart. All right, here we go. Start here. Shoot your, I forgot to move my block. Move your block. All right, start here. Extend your spine long, really stretch, stretch, stretch. Are we ready? Put one hand on the block, other hand on the block, or it's on your shin. Let your heart fall forward. Extend the spine long. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse swan dive. Up we go. Bring your hands to your heart. Woo! Are we ready? Let's do it again. Starting here. Inhale here. Exhale, extend that spine long. Inhale here, exhale, bring your hands to the block. Inhale here, exhale, extend the spine long. Inhale here, exhale, reverse swan dive up. Belly is tight, press through the heels. Bring your hands to your heart. Final version, remove the block. Are we ready? Sink into it. This is our inhale, exhale, extend that spine long. Inhale here, exhale, one hand down. Other hand down. Inhale here. Exhale. Extend the spine long. Inhale. Exhale. Let the head fall all the way into your forward fold. Inhale here. Exhale. Reverse swan dive. I'm pushing through the heels. My belly is tight, and I'm going to bring my hands to my heart. Okay. Is everybody feeling all right? Let's come to standing. And remember, if you don't want to stand, you don't have to stand. It's okay. You can stay seated the whole time. It's fine. But we're going to do a standing camel. We're going to do two versions of a standing camel. So version one, I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see me a little bit better. You stay facing me, okay? So I'm to the side here so you can see me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my hands right here in the small of my back, one on each side of my spine, okay? Do you see where I've got my hands? And they're open palms, okay? Take your feet and give them a good solid hip distance, if not just a little bit more. So we want good solid stability there, okay? You've got your chair right here, so if you need it, you're going to have it right here to grab a hoof tuck. All right, here we go. We're going to take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, all I'm doing is I'm kind of pushing forward with my hands. Do you see what's happening to my back? It's just a little back bend, right? Okay, now you're looking where the ceiling and the wall meet. Oh, yeah. One more breath. Listen to my voice. Listen, listen, listen. I want you to come up slowly, belly button to spine. Don't take your hands off. Keep your back supported. Now, we're going to turn. If you would, turn and face your chair just like I am. Place one hand in the chair. Place the other hand in the chair. Let your heart fall. All right? Do a cat and a cow. Letting the belly fall, lifting the heart. Let's do that again. Rounding the shoulders, tucking the chin into cat, and dropping the belly, lifting the heart, lifting the hips into cow. Okay. Belly is tight. Roll up to a standing position. We're going to do that one more time. And if you want to face your chair, that's fine. Or you can turn around so you can see me a little bit better. Your choice. I'm going to place my hands right here in the small of my back. I've got one hand on each side of the spine. I'm pressing forward. It's almost like I'm using my hands to help push my hips forward as I'm lifting my heart. Now I'm going to look up where the ceiling and the wall meet. It's a beautiful camel pose. We have one more breath. Come up slowly. Keep your hands right where they are for support. Support that low back. All right, now go ahead and place one hand into the chair, other hand into the chair, and let's do a cat and a cow. So I'm just rounding my shoulders, and then I'm letting my heart fall, belly fall as the heart lifts. Let's do that again. Rounding the shoulders, pulling the belly button in up to the spine, letting the head fall, and let's move back into cow, dropping the belly, lifting the hip, and lifting the heart. All right, come back to neutral spine and roll up. Checking in, how do you feel? Okay, we have one more version of camel. So what you're going to do is, I think the best way to do it is to turn around. So your chair is going to be facing back behind you. Does that make sense? Okay, so you're standing in front of your chair here. All right. I'm going to turn to the side. Again, I think you can see me better. You're going to stay facing forward. So what we're doing is we are here, right? You got it? Take those feet and get them nice and solid, half of hip distance, or a little bit more is okay if you want them a little bit wider to make sure you got that stability. Place one hand on your chair, the other hand on your chair, and we're going to lift that heart up and we're going to look where the ceiling and the wall meet. Okay, so here's version 1, and you may stay right here. The difference is you don't have that hand behind on your back supporting, right? So it's a little different. You got to keep that belly tight. All right, are we ready? We're going to walk our hand down that chair just a little bit. But notice what's happening. I'm pushing my hips forward, right? I'm looking where the ceiling and the wall meet. So I'm not just kind of letting that head fall. You don't ever want to do that. That's not good on the neck, okay? All right. If you have it in you and you want to try one more, we're going to let that hand fall down a little further and a little further, and look at that beautiful camel pose. My belly is tight. My hips are forward. One more breath. Take a deep breath in and walk your hands back up. Walk your hands back up. Walk your hands back up. All right. Turn around. Face the back of your chair and let your heart fall forward. Oh, yeah. So I'm keeping my back flat. I'm not rounding like in cat. I'm keeping my back flat. You feel it? I'm just letting that heart fall forward, feeling that stretch. Now let's do a cat. Now I'm going to round my shoulders and round my back, tuck the chin, and then I'm going to let my belly fall and lift my heart and lift my hips into cow. Let's do cat again. Round it down and lift it up. One more time, just for grins. So we're releasing any tension in that back and in those shoulders. So if any tension had built up in that back, all right, let's come up nice and slow. Go ahead and have a seat. So that is a good lengthening and strengthening for your back. Grab a little bit of water if you want it. I do. Okay, sit up nice and tall. Place your hands lightly on your thighs. Palms are facing up. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Take a deep breath in. And on this exhalation, let your eyes close. And just breathe. Steady diet of challenge. If your skills are not being challenged, they are not being maintained. Just as muscles atrophy from non-use, so do your abilities recede when they are not regularly exercised. You've put much effort into developing those abilities. Make sure they remain strong, vibrant, and relevant by challenging yourself to put them to good use. It's tempting to coast for a while and live with minimal effort off the success you've already achieved. Yet the day will come when you'll need your full strength, and you'll encounter great regret if you let that strength grow soft. At some point, you're sure to meet up with a challenge you cannot avoid. The more experience you have at handling challenges, the better your outcome will be. Plus, a steady diet of challenge keeps your life interesting and your purpose clear. And when you proactively choose your troubles, you distance yourself from those more troubling troubles that might otherwise choose you. Provide yourself with a continuing supply of meaningful challenges to embrace. Stay strong while making a positive difference in your own life and in the lives of others. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Extend your left arm long. Flip your palm to the ceiling and release it. Drop your chin towards your chest and release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Extend the right arm long. Flip the palm to the ceiling and release it. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining, and remember, click on that subscribe button. We really appreciate it on our YouTube channel, and I will see you next time.